Hey guys, welcome back to another Warframe video. Today we're not going to be doing some massive ultimate guide that's going to last 50 minutes. I just want to have a quick chat today about some of the recent changes that are going to be coming in the new update that were announced last week. So for those of you who missed it, we do have a new update along with a new Warframe coming our way, and with that is going to come some changes elsewhere in the game, specifically to Hydroid and also to companions. So I want to focus on the companions element of it because that's the bit that I'm kind of most interested about and most interested to see what is going to become of it, because I think it's got a lot of players on edge about what the developers might do. And yeah, I kind of just want to give my initial thoughts. Bear in mind, I haven't really done any research into this, so, you know, don't quote me on this. This is more to open up a discussion. I want to know what you guys think of what is proposed, you know, and yeah, see kind of what might become of it. But again, you know, we're never going to know any of the stuff until the developers actually release it. So yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see at the end of the day. But the one thing, or the couple of things that are coming forward with companions is, first of all, they will no longer be able to die. So similar to how the kind of Vulpifilers go into their larval stages and then come back, our pets are now going to become incapacitated for a bit, and then they'll rejoin us in missions. So they'll never just die outright in a mission, and they will be with us indefinitely, which is a very good change, I think. It's kind of one of the big reasons why players have been using the Panzer Vulpifiler, not to mention its viral abilities, but you know, it is a huge reason why players use it, is because they can have a pet for just an extremely long time and keep it going in a mission and don't have to bother reviving it all the time. It's very useful. So the fact that they have made that universal is a good thing, and it kind of takes me back to when Itzal had Blink as his first ability. For those of you who have been playing the game long enough and remember that, it was at least 5 years ago now. Itzal used to be the only Archwing that could blink, and it basically made him the only viable choice really for doing any missions that required speed, you know, eidolon hunts as well, out in the open worlds. It was just so much better to have Itzal because he could move around so much faster than any other Archwing, and so they made Blink universal. They gave it a cooldown, and you know, that made things a bit more even across the board, and we saw the usage stats for other Archwings go up, and that was a good thing. And I think this is, again, a good thing doing this. But alongside this, they are also going to be changing some of the abilities of pets as well. And one of those abilities is going to be Charm, which is the Smeatakavat's main go-to. And for anyone farming resources, it is also a main go-to. Now, this is a game that is already very grindy, so anytime that there is a nerf to something that is going to limit or inhibit people's, you know, how people gain resources, it's going to make people upset. And this is one of those things, I think, that is going to make people upset because a nerf can only mean one of two things when it comes to something like a buff like Charm. They can either, or I mean, one of three things, I guess. They can either drop down the duration of the buff. That's one thing that could happen. They could reduce the effectiveness of the buff. So maybe rather than getting 2 times the resources and the affinity, we just get 1.5 times the resources and the affinity. Although I don't see that as a likely outcome, to be honest. That seems quite complicated in how they might achieve that. I mean, obviously they just drop it down, but it wouldn't really sit very well, I don't think, in the grand scheme of things. And I also don't think it would really solve their problem that they're trying to fix, if there even is a problem that they're trying to fix. They could, and in the extreme circumstance, obviously, they could remove the buff altogether and replace it with something else. Now, I am all for kind of balancing the game and making it so that, you know, pets can all be used in a way that is useful in various game modes, and that's the point here. It's that some pets are just useful in various parts of the game, and if you want to farm resources, the Smeatakavat is currently very useful. If I'm farming eidolons, I'm not going to run a Smeatakavat because it's not going to benefit me, and it's going to die and just go down, and I'm not going to be able to, you know, do anything with that. It's not going to affect how many arcanes I pick up. But if I'm farming for resources, of course I'll throw on a Smeatakavat because that's literally what it is for. So the fact that they might alter this and try and make it so that, you know, I want to use other pets is a bit worrying to me, to be honest. You know, like the Smeatakavat's thing is farming for resources. they shouldn't nerf it because of that. You know, they've introduced it to the game as a way of gaining more resources and more affinity or credits. So why would you want to nerf it? It's been a staple in the game for years and years now. And yeah, really, it's not something that I see as needing to be touched. If they did want to do something like that, then why couldn't they do the same thing as they have done for the Evolve Profilers, for example? You know, why not make Charm a more universal ability and just have it only slightly better on the Smeetagavat? So you could put it on other pets, but it won't have the same kind of farming impact. Maybe if you put it on other pets, you get 150%, but on Smeeta you only get 200%. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But the point is that the fact that they have seen fit to make the Vulpifiler's passive ability essentially universal, but just land a solid straight nerf to Charm, it just seems a bit strange to me. I don't know. You know, I rely on being able to farm up resources quickly and efficiently, and the Smeetagavat is a way of doing that. And if I don't have it, it's going to limit how much time I have to get things done and get things recorded. It is going to directly impact me and the way that I record videos, which is not something that I'm looking forward to. You know, when I'm leveling my weapons for, say, my Duviri max out videos, I'm using the Smeetagavat. It's giving me affinity to do that, and it's dropping down the time it would usually take me to farm up that affinity. So them nerfing it is going to directly impact me and how long I have to make videos, and I might actually have to think about that depending on what they do, you know, when it actually comes into effect. Obviously not in the immediate future, but when it does come into effect, I am going to seriously have to think about how I am going to be releasing videos on my channel, because I might have to stop the Duviri max out guide because I'm just not going to have enough time to do it anymore. You know, the Smeetagavat can often save me 10 to 20 minutes per weapon or frame, because anytime I get a Smeetagavat buff in Adaro, which is what I'm using to form on my weapons, I am leveling up much quicker, and it sometimes saves me doing 2, 3, 4 runs of Adaro that I wouldn't have had to do before, because I can level up every single weapon I need to max in one Adaro run. So yeah, not having that ability, it's going to kind of suck, to be honest. So yeah, I would rather they didn't do anything that major. If they did remove it, then yeah, I am in trouble. And like I said, I'll give updates on that maybe after the fact. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to just open a dialogue. Obviously, I've given my thoughts on it. I want to know what you guys think and what you perhaps think the developers might do. They did say that when they come to nerf it, they will obviously review it and apply a nerf or a balance in another update in the future. So perhaps it won't be the, you know, see-all end-all kind of vibe where they just leave it in the game forever, although that has happened on occasion. But at the very least, I think we are going to see a huge impact to our farming capability, particularly against Vitus Essence and Steel Path, or Steel Essence, because primarily, right now, Smeeta's Charm is the only thing that is making gathering Steel Essence and Vitus Essence even slightly RNG based, I guess, right? Because they're on a timer, they're on a cycle. You can only get so much of them per minute. Steel Essence, that is. Vitus Essence obviously comes from drones, and you can increase and decrease based on resource drop chance and things like that. But at the end of the day, like Steel Essence, you only get an Acolyte between, what is it, 3.5 to 6 minutes or something along those lines. So if you remove the ability to randomly get those rewards duplicated, you know exactly how much Steel Essence you should acquire over a period of time. There is no longer going to be any kind of wonder as to how much Steel Essence you can farm up over a given amount of time. It is going to be completely set in place. And that's obviously after the nerf ages ago, where they added a timer, a cooldown timer for Steel Essence to despawn in the game. So this is another buff that I think is aimed at that. That's my only assumption is going to be that it is just aimed at that. And trying to stem the flow, perhaps, of, I don't know, Kuva gain or something like that. But yeah, again, this is just off the top of my head. I haven't scripted any of this. This is literally just me thinking out loud. So let me know what you guys think down below, what you think might come of these nerfs and changes. Anything else in that update that you found interesting as well, go ahead and throw that down below. I'd love to read through your comments. What do you think of the new Warframe? Do you like the look of his abilities? Do you like how he looks, or it looks? I don't know what the gender is. Haven't actually looked through the dev notes on that yet. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. But otherwise, guys, yeah, I think we'll probably just round off the video there. I will give updates on this matter, you know, as it comes to light, if we get any more information on it, so keep a lookout for that. But otherwise, guys, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and you found it interesting. Open up that dialogue down below as to what you think is going to happen, and I will catch you guys in the next one. I'll see you later.